Herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von Roddy.rocks, the festival summer. And we're just waiting for the summer weather, but with me, I'm here with
Daniel Smith.
Are you woke? Are you present? Too brash? Too hesitant? To catch what you pursue?
my first question. How did you came up with starting writing songs? When did it start?
I just listened to all the greatest teachers, John Lennon and Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan, David Bowie, Lieber and Stoller. You know, I grew up, I had pretty cool parents. My parents loved, you know, the Stones and the Beatles and Bowie, and so I didn't really have to rebel against them. But then when I was a teenager, I kind of discovered punk rock for a while, and kind of my roots about sort of social politics and stuff are still from the punk stuff, but you know, I'm a big fan of the genre of singer-songwriters, so that's how I basically started and did for a long time, although I play in different bands as well. Yeah.
And the days went on, and the wind sang a song again.
And now you're on the road with your band and as a solo project?
Right, so I do the Daniel Smith stuff, which is singer-songwriter, denim, sensitive thing. And then I do a complete rock show with Pretty Please. And so we play in around, we sort of started before COVID, and then we just started gigging in the last months because things started opening
now
up
it's
again.
Possible again,
So we've got a lot of shows coming up, a big show in Kramladen in September, on September 9th, with Wise Monkey, kind of great rock show. And then I'm always looking for other singer-songwriter gigs as well. I also just played recently at Ritz with Son of the Velvet Rat. So I kind of do both things. You know?
We clipped the wings of the gadflies and kings, stood on the ground with our feet made from mud.
Songwriters have to do everything. They have to play guitar, they have to play piano, they have to sing, they have to write lyrics, they have to write the music. What is your focus in songwriting? What are you concentrating on? What are you focusing on?
Kind of like melody, and then within that melody telling a story. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, almost everything I write is pretty sad. You know, we even joke that we have like a sadness scale. Like the Richter scale for earthquakes, we have a sadness scale for the songs that we do or that I do. You know, it always starts from an emotion first, and then from there I kind of develop. But I'm a big believer as a songwriter in routines, like etwas regelmäßig. You know, like I try to write every day. You know, some days you can catch some things in your hands, and some days they fall through your fingers. You know, but you know, I'm always listening, always watching people, always kind of thinking about. My stuff is very grounded in very human stories about different people, not just myself. You know, I cover a wide variety of subjects, from the loss of a child to, you know, to modern day communication, and sort of, I'm certainly not against the new woke culture, but I am a little bit concerned when it goes too far. I'm a big believer that artists should be able to express themselves, you know, however they can. If I was a politician, maybe you'd hold me to an account for what I was saying if I was saying stupid stuff, you know? But I think comedians and singers and actors and artists should be able to speak freely. And so, you know, they're just words. You know?
She was 21 when she lost her child. Cursed the Lord in rebellion. She swore she would never die. These are things she holds to be true. Oh, yeah. Spend all her days, Lord, avoiding you, my children.
We live in an age of a lot of social media, but to be honest, the best way to get people to come to your shows or to see you perform is word of mouth. Is that you get a couple people to come, they tell a couple more people, they tell a couple more people. It's nothing wrong with promoting your stuff on the social media platforms, and for some people it obviously really works well, you know, when you've got 1 million followers or whatever. But I'm pretty old school. You just go and you play, and each time you play you get a few more people, and you grow things organically, you know. You water them with songs, and each time you try to get a couple more people to listen.
It's not a tale for some rainy day. It's the charge of the light brigade. We killed the airwaves. It's not a scene from some Hollywood trap. The music that matters most contains that feeling.
Before I came to Austria, I was mainly working out of New York and then touring around New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, like all of these kinds of areas. When I came here, I mainly played as a solo artist. I played a lot in Austria, some in the Czech Republic. I did a tour through France, you know, sort of all the sort of capital cities, you know, in France. I drug a Wurlitzer keyboard through the metro in Paris, you know, Switzerland, Zurich, Ghent, you know.
Cool.
As possible to hear their work, so that's great. But Liebe, it would be a nice small little club, 200 people, you know, 300, 500, small places. I like the best, you know, in Vienna, like, you know, Siena Arena, you know, Chelsea, these places in Vienna, you know.
We got pulled in the undertow, and the stars fall down on you. You begin as lovers do.
As I said, we've got a Pretty Please show coming up September 9th in Kramladen, which is a really nice place. I don't know if you Wieners know that Kramladen, but you should come. And then I'll just work on other singer-songwriter shows, other festivals, and some maybe performances places like Ritz or around Vienna, maybe some places in Innsbruck, Vorarlberg. My wife's got Vorarlberg roots, so it's always nice to go out there and play, you know, Dornbirn and college towns, stuff like that. But, you know, I play pretty much anywhere, you know, and that's, we've got an EP coming out at the end of the year with Pretty Please. I'll have probably another Daniel Smith solo record coming out sometime early next year. I've got a couple that were out on Buntspecht, which was a Viennese record label. You can find those around online and whatnot. And yeah, just more playing, more writing, telling stories.
My kind, she talks in whispers and sighs, and your world will sing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roddy.
Congratulations for your gig, because you already have played, and
Yeah,
thank you for your time.
Muddy here today, but it's kind of fun. It's Peppa Pig weather.
Yeah.